We made $500,000 from a $5 membership, and it was one of the biggest mistakes we ever made. Now, I know that sounds insane, but a lot of people think creating a low ticket membership is the fastest and easiest path to passive income. And in this video, I'm going to show you why they and we were also wrong. Okay. So now, why do we even start this membership in the first place? Well, since 2018, my dad and I, we had a father and son podcast. Okay. And we talked about a variety of different topics: politics, um, current events, sports, tech, conspiracy. We talked about it all. Now, we got suspended for an entire week off of YouTube. That means we couldn't post or live stream for an entire week. Our podcast goes live twice a week, in which we sold our merch. We got, super chat, we got ad revenue. So that was a huge blow to our business. Now, if you can think back to 2021, there was a lot going on in the world. You can use your imagination at what we were talking about. And we had some really strong opinions on said topic. Okay. So YouTube didn't like it. Completely understand. You go into somebody else's house and post content, you have to abide by their rules and guidelines. And we did not. So we got suspended, and we thought, like, yo, this is crazy, because this could happen at any time. Like, they can go back into old videos and find a video they didn't like, something we said, and completely just shut us down. So we were, really scared as to the future of the channel. So we said, yo, we need something on our own so we can control what we can control and put out the content that we want to put out. So we decided to launch our own membership. Now, a few years prior to that, we tried to launch a Patreon, but because we were trying to model our Patreon channel after everybody else, like with the tiers, like $5 tier, $10 tier, $25 tier, we couldn't keep up with the level of output that each tier needed, or what was promised for each tier. Like, we promised a bunch for 25, we promised a bunch for 10, we promised a bunch for 5. So we couldn't keep up with the volume of content that was needed for that. So that stalled out, and we wound up shutting that down. But with this new membership, we said, okay, we're going to have one tier, only $5. So that way it's a no-brainer to join. You don't even have to think about spending $5 to join. And then with our marketing, we say, yo, it's only 13 cents a day, $5 a month. Like, it's amazing. So that was the plan. Okay. So we launched that, and initially we came out the gate rolling. We hit like 3 Kajabi milestone. Like, you get pins for Kajabi. I don't know if they still do the pins, but we hit a few Kajabi milestones immediately, right? So we got a few hundred people to join our membership, and then a couple thousand. And at its peak, we had 2,500 members paying us $5 a month. If you do the math, it's pretty good. No, so there were some people who joined for the year. So we had $5 a month or $50 for the year. Okay. Now, it was amazing at first, right? So we made some great money, but then we made some really bad mistakes when it came to, one, managing our money, and then two, understanding what that comes with when it comes to dealing with a membership. Okay. So we didn't think about the churn, the churn rate, and that is the people who cancel month over month. Okay. So you might have 100 members in January, but by June, you'll end up with 20 members who have fallen off of something, who have canceled for one reason or another. Either they didn't like the product, or they lost a card, or they lost a job, they couldn't pay. It's of so many different reasons as to why people will cancel from a membership. Okay. So we didn't think about that. We also didn't think about the level of maintenance that it took to make sure every member is happy. Okay. So there are people who lost the password, people who couldn't find their password, people who had to replace the card. There's people whose card fit. It was so many different problems that we had to deal with. And again, it's only a team of 3. It's me and my dad and my stepmom. And now we also, because the initial reaction to this will be, well, just hire some help. You have to think about, at $5, and it's 3 of us who are all taking, and we're all full-time entrepreneurs. So we're taking a salary, and then it's $5 for the membership. We're all taking a salary, and then we've spent some bad money as well. We bought some equipment we didn't need, didn't use. We bought some software that we didn't need, didn't use. So we were always running in place, it felt like, okay? So then, to try to get more people into, joining the membership, we would try to double our output when it came to content. So now we're running ourselves into the ground. We're putting out even more content, even more content, even more, promising even more things for the membership. And we were really exhausted. It might not look like it because I have the gray hairs. I'm only 31. I was exhausted, and we didn't think about it. Okay. And also, what you have to think about too, when you're dealing with low ticket, and this might sound wrong, but I want you to really sit with it, is the level of expectations your customers have. People who pay the least expect the most for some odd reason. I'm still trying to figure that out. But there were people who were in our membership who were paying $5 a month. And in our membership, there's hundreds, maybe thousands of hours of content in there. Like, it's so much in there, and people just wanted more. People just wanted different stuff. Like, you guys should do this, or you guys should add this. And we were exhausted trying to keep up with demand. So that was another thing. And then one of the most important things that I want you watching this to take with you was the idea that we undervalued our content. At $5, people expect us, our content wasn't valued very high. Like, even what we were teaching, guys, we had some courses in there. Even what we were teaching, people did not value. So, and that was our fault, because we were scared to raise our price because we felt like nobody would join. But I think I think if we would have, launched at $5 maybe, okay, and then let people who had $5 stay at $5, raise the price, and then again showing the value and what the membership offered. We didn't market very well either. We just kind of assumed like, hey, you guys know it's here. It's in our link in our description. It's there. You're gonna automatically find it. That was not the case at all. You have to always be in people's faces and always making offers as to why they need to join the membership. Speaking of offers, I have a complete checklist for you if you want to start your own membership. Okay, complete checklist. All you have to do is hit the link in the description below. Okay, so let's get to it. So what would we have done different? Okay, so as I said, I would have just launched at $5 and then increased the membership as we went along, but also completely showing and proving what was in the membership, right? We always had to kind of show and prove what was in the membership, right? Show and prove the value of what was in the membership, okay? I would have done, I would have focused more on quality versus quantity, because trying to focus on 100 people paying $50 a month is way easier and way less taxing than trying to focus on 1,000 people paying $5 a month. It's night and day. You don't even want to compare it, okay? And I will also not get tricked by cheap. You never want to cheapen your brand. You never want to cheapen what you do, your services, your content. You never want to cheapen that. So we thought $5 would be easy for people, but it was just cheapening our brand. Okay? That's all it was doing. It was just cheapening our brand. So you don't want to do that, okay? And then you also want to make sure that you design your business to support your lifestyle. You don't want to build a business that completely takes over your lifestyle. As I said, we were running ourselves into the ground by just trying to produce more and more content when we should have priced our membership to a point where if people drop off, because they will, it's not hurting us. Where if somebody has a problem, that us servicing them is not taking away from the time we could be, bringing more people into the membership, because that was it, like the math did not make sense. Like, it really didn't. Okay. And knowing our ideal customer, knowing what they want and what they need. So a couple of years ago, we launched these physical planners. Okay. And it's a 90-day planner, and every day has a different affirmation. Okay. So what we decided to do, we were going to do a 90-day morning meetup in which we would meet with our members every morning for 90 days straight, even weekends, Saturdays and Sundays as well, in which we will go through every day for the planner, every affirmation, talk about the affirmation. What does it mean? What does it mean to you? And we ask a few people that were in the meeting in the mornings, and then we would do it all over the next day. And that was amazing, amazing when it came to retention, when it came to showing the value, when it came to just providing value, okay? But again, our membership was only $5, right? Like the value versus price was just way off. The value was up here and the price was way too low. And I think even at $20 a month, I think we would have done a lot better. I think we would have been standing on a better financial foundation for our business, because we were only running in place for a long time. We were only running in place, and although we made 500,000 from our membership, I think we could have made a lot more if we would have been more strategic on what we were doing, and we would have been more confident in pricing ourselves appropriately. Okay, so while having a low ticket membership could be great if that is supplementing your income some other way. Like if you have a full-time job and you have a low ticket membership, those are great, amazing. But if your membership is your prime source of income, if you want that to be your prime source of income, it cannot be low ticket, especially if you are working by yourself or with a small team. You need to price yourself appropriately to attract the right customer to you. So if they drop off or something like that, like you, or if they have an issue, you're more willing to help them, because it got to a point where I'm just like, listen, if you're gonna like, I was reading some emails, I'm like, if you're gonna cancel, just cancel, man. Like I figure it out another way, because it's not worth it. It's not worth me running myself into the ground for you, because and I may sound wrong, and I don't want it to sound like that. I do appreciate all of our members. I do, because I saw it as support. I saw it as people who supported what we were trying to do. However, in a business sense, logistically, you have to think about these things before you launch, because you have gray hair like me. Okay. So with that being said, my name is Malcolm. If you enjoyed this, shoot me a like or subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you have any thoughts on, a low ticket membership that you want to share, you can hit me in the chat below and I'll get back to you. And as I mentioned before, I have a free PDF. I also have a mini course on memberships called Membership Mastery that I think you will enjoy. If you are really interested in building your own membership, then it is definitely for you. And with that being said, I will see you on the next one. All right. Peace.